My name is Vidhu and I'm the V in Vain.
Hello, my name is Aiden and I'm the A in Vain.
Hello, my name is Neil and I stand for the N in Vain.
My name is Edmund and I stand for the E in Vain.
We're gonna postpone our first actual meeting for now, because we're not completely finished setting up. So we still need to create all of our progress sheets. We still need to get our agenda set up so that we can get started. And that could take up to maybe 2 months. We might start in second semester. We may have to have this meet all over again. But we just wanted to let you know that we're not gonna have any meetings anytime soon. So, welcome to Vain. So the main question is, what is Vain? So, our purpose is to master Python, Java, and C++, and pointing people in a computer science-oriented direction.
And you might ask, why Python, Java, and C++? Well, first of all, Python because it's the most beginner-friendly language, and it's a great base for learning the more difficult languages. Not only that, it's used for data analysis, data visualization, task recognition, etc. The issue is it's kind of slow, so we have other languages. Java is moderately harder and is mainly used for enterprise-level development, AI applications, mobile apps, game design, and even front-end. And on top of that, we'll be learning C++, and the reason why we're learning C++ is because it's one of the hardest languages, sure, but it's also the fastest, and it's used for operating system development, web browsers, apps, game design. So if we can really learn C++, we should be good in whatever field we're going to choose.
So we do have some requirements. We're not gonna enforce them just yet, but our requirements are gonna be that we want you to keep track of your progress. We're gonna create a Google spreadsheet, and we're gonna have pages assigned to everybody, so that they can keep track of their progress. I'm gonna give an example in a second, but if you don't, we're gonna assign some practice every week, and if you don't get it done, we're gonna send you a warning. If you get 3 warnings in a row, if you don't complete your stuff, we will kick you out. But don't worry, it's very easy to complete the practices, and we'll be pretty lenient and slow. Our meetings, I know this is very controversial, but our meetings are gonna be 6 a.m. on Saturdays. But now here's the catch: not every meeting is required. And the main reason why we chose 6 a.m. first of all is because I guess it builds discipline, and when the meeting's over, you have the rest of the day to do whatever you need to do. The meetings should only take up like around 30 minutes to an hour. So, like I said earlier, we want you guys to keep track of your progress. So this is an example of a progress sheet that we might send out. This is like an old beta sheet that we were gonna use. We're gonna update it, but each of the empty boxes we're gonna need you to fill out. And yeah, that's an example of the progress sheet. Does anyone have any questions? They may step up if they have any questions.
One important piece of information that y'all just keep in mind is that we take y'all's input seriously too. So any suggestions, any questions, let us know.
Actually, let me just go through the future of this server. So we stated that like we wanna do Python, Java, C++, correct? So let me just say that I know that many don't care to do these 3 languages. I know some of you are gonna want to do like front end, where you guys want to learn how to make websites which require HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which is not listed on here. In the future, we may host courses that provide you with the information needed for front end. Maybe we'll create some pathways in our server. That's really all I have to add.
Yeah, after this season's over, once what the students quote unquote graduate from learning this track, We will probably like recruit some people to help out, and the more like people we recruit to teach different tracks, it will be easier to expand upon it. So this is how we're starting out potentially.
Alicia asks, she says she's confused. She says, what will we do at meetings? Like practice problems? And then we are also assigned practice outside of this, right?
We're still trying to figure that out, but like we're gonna use resources like HackerRank,
Kaggle, Solo Learn, Kaggle, all those stuff. Kaggle will help with your abilities in machine learning, and then Solo Learn will help with building on basic concepts. And we will have and the entire point of the tracking sheet that we have in Excel or Google Sheets is so that we know where your progress is, and that if you're able to keep up or not. That way you don't fall behind, or it doesn't like we don't distort from the track, you know.
Okay, so just to summarize, the meetings are just to check up on you and basically just tell you what to do next.
Yeah, our entire purpose is just to gain mastery over these 3 fundamental languages, so that you can use this skill wherever you go. You can make use of it in in the real world. Like when you apply for a job as a data scientist, having these essential skills is going to be really helpful.
I want to add on to what Neil said. So like, I know that like some of you have already taken like CSP and are taking CSA, maybe not, maybe you're a complete beginner, or maybe you have some already like adapted some coding knowledge, like you may know some Python. So our goal is not to relearn what we already learned, we're gonna expand upon it. We want to obtain a mastery in the language. We want to learn more. Like in CSP, we didn't learn, like CSP isn't Python class, it was computer science principles. If it was Python class, we would have learned a lot more Python, right? It would have been more oriented around learning about Python, but it wasn't. So what we're trying to do is more of like a coding course where we're gonna teach you everything you need to know about these 3 languages to obtain the mastery.
And so there's another question Ray's asked. It was, how are we going to learn the languages? Through websites like code.org, or do we have our own program for it?
Sure, I guess. So yeah, I did mention earlier that we are going to have practice that will revolve around machine learning, so you can use Kaggle for that. But you can do practice problems in Kaggle, and then you can do it in Solo Learn. But using those websites to build your fundamental knowledge is just what we and that you understand what it's actually trying to ask and make you do is really what this is all about, if I'm being honest. So it's nothing too hard in my opinion. But if you do like the practice on Solo Learn and those other sites, I'll actually link them so that you guys can take a look at it for yourselves. But if you do the practice there, then I'm sure it will help you out tremendously.
All right, so Neil will, I guess, send out links to the websites. You don't need to work on it now, though. We'll work on it in the future. But let me just add clarity to what he said. So it's not gonna be kind of loose. We're gonna have an agenda for you, so that it's kind of like step by step, little by little, you will obtain that mastery. So like, you're asking what resources we'll use. We're gonna start with Solo Learn. It's not on here. It's not on this example sheet, but like, for example, our old sheet, we were gonna first complete the entirety of the Solo Learn track. After that, complete all the easy practice on CodeQuest, which is specifically for practice problems, and it looks great on applications. And after that, we're gonna use HackerRank. They got their own like certification course. I think that would be very, very useful. So we were gonna then complete all of the practice problems on HackerRank. If there's some confusing stuff on there, we will probably go over that in some meetings. Maybe it'll be required or not. We don't know yet. We're not there. But like this is gonna be an example of how the track will look like. It's gonna be step by step. It won't be unorganized. It will be very, very organized.
And about our own program, from once in a while we may have our own practice problems to give you,
Yes.
like projects.
Yeah. We just know it will be beneficial to give out or like assign maybe some hard practice problems just to, I guess, better grasp and understand the material.
Yep. All right. Well, thank
Alright.
you
Thank
for
you for joining
the
our
5 of y'all who came.
Yeah, thank you for showing up to the interest meeting. Really appreciate it.
Yes, we will plan to carry on these meetings. So yeah, stay tuned, and I hope y'all are looking forward to it.
We'll give you updates on when the next meeting is, although it won't be very soon. It'll be soon enough though. Don't worry.
Okay, guys, that concludes our session. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah.